crafty friends, it's me, Angie Caney, and my channel, Tinks Treasures. And today I want to make a swing card, and this is going to be using Anna Griffin's Antique Greetings Postcards and Embellishment set, and I'm combining it with the Castle cardstock that she had from a while back. So this is my little sample template piece. So this can be modified to whatever papers you want to be using, papers and embellishments. It doesn't have to be Anna Griffin's, but this one will work, and this is going to hold this rectangle is going to be 3 by 5, so you're going to have some nice space to work in there with a sentiment and greetings. So this card folded together measures 5 by 6. And then I'm going to put the directions in the description box below. So let me show you the paper I picked. And since this is 6 by 9, we're going to be able to get 2 cards out of one piece of paper. And this is going to work best if you have double-sided paper, but if you don't, that's fine. You can always use your card base, maybe out of ivory or black or whatever color cardstock you want. And then you can just trim pieces of paper to fit in these spaces, and that will work just as nice. So these are the 2 sentiments, and then this is going to work with this paper, and it is double-sided, so this will be part of the front and the back. Okay, so to get started, I am going to cut this in half. We need 6 by 9. You want to make sure your orientation is going to be going the correct direction. So we're going to be folding the card this way, so I want my orientation to go this way. This side won't matter, but this side does. It does have writing on it. And then it needs to be 9 inches. So if you want the writing, which I think I do, make sure you cut it appropriately. And this side, I don't think I can get away with changing it. Okay, and here's what we're going to do is that I'm just going to put a tiny bit of score tape on the back of this, just ever so slightly, just to kind of hold it in place. It is a sticker. We're going to be using this sticker, but for the moment I just want it to stay in place because we're going to make a few marks. So we want this to be 1.5 inches down and 1.5 inches over. And if I had a T-square, that would make life a lot simpler. Okay, so I have that at 1.5 inches over from the left. And I've made a tiny mark here. And then same with the top. I have 1.5 inches from the top. So what you're going to do at this point is go ahead and you have it secured down temporarily. So at this point you can go ahead and make your score lines, and this is going to be 3 1/4 down. Now, if you want to go all the way through, you can do that before you make your measurement and put this on. I just didn't want the score line to go through. So I'm going to just kind of make a mark there. And then the same, we need 5 1/4. And you want to go down to where your rectangle or embellishment is, your sentiment, and then score down here. And then we're going to cut around this. So we're going to cut from score mark out, down, into score mark, and then over here we're going to go from score mark to the edge, up, and then back over to this score mark. So if it helps, leave this on here. If you want to just make some lines with a pencil, that would work too. Just make sure do not cut through the center. Obviously that's going to be our swing mechanism. So we want to make sure that that stays in place. So I might make a couple marks just so that this doesn't move. And then make sure you only go to your score mark and then move your blade. And then just to that score mark. Okay, so you can pop this off. Erase your little marks. And then we're gonna fold on the crease lines on your score marks. So you're gonna fold that back. Oh, did I miss one? I missed one. Hold on. Okay, there you go. So there's your little swing card. And you can see how here, like this looks like a C, and then this looks like a backwards C, just to kind of give you a reference. So here's how your card is going to look. And I'm going to put this embellishment sticker I'm going to put it on the back, and because this is exact, you want to line it up just right. There's not much wiggle room. Here you go. And then we're going to find some embellishments. I have my stickers here. So we just need to pick out what would look good. You know, maybe this right here. Just gonna go across the top. It would be pretty across the top. Let's see, what do we got to work with? So I was pulling out some other sentiments that could work with this. Of course, it's gonna depend on what you're making this card for. And on the other side, we have cream and gold. Or is that ivory, I guess? Okay, so picking out the embellishments is always the hard part for me. That takes me the most time. I can usually assemble something, the base of it, pretty quickly, picking my colors and my patterns. But going for the embellishments is another story. So here is where I'm at. And then just to show you, this is a separate embellishment. And so I'm peeling back the top, and I'm going to slide this in here just to kind of give it a little more length, and you can see the gold shine through there. And then I'm going to place this down here. I'm going to put a gold bow in the center. Right about there. And then this will go on the front, and we'll see about this and this. So let me do this part here. I do not think this one is a sticker. I have been wrong before. No, I'm not gonna rip that. I don't think it's a sticker. This one, however, is a sticker. So I would normally say the flowers go up, and this gold piece is on the side here. But it's hard to say if it really matters. I'm just going to stick it here. And then this flower in the center. Flower. This bow in the center. Okay, now for the front. So this isn't necessary because it would look, in fact, I think I'm just going to hold on to it just because we already have a pretty pattern here. I'm going to put this right here. This should be a sticker. Yes, this one is. So it's just going to sit right here. It's going to hang off to the edge a little. And I think I'm going to use some of this sticker backing to go back on it. Okay. And then this last sticker can go right here. And then obviously I angled that so that it fit the space. But here is our little swing card. Isn't that great? The swing card actually is the easiest, and once you get the hang of it, you'll probably be able to whip a few of these out. And I'm considering seeing if I can't make this into an SVG file just to make it easier if you use your Cricut. I'm going to work on that. So let me make one more. Okay, so we have our paper here. I have my sentiment here. So let's measure. We need to come down 1.5 inches. And then we need to come in from the left edge 1.5 inches. So that's where our piece is going to sit. And again, I'm just going to put a little piece of score tape on the back just to hold it in place while we measure and cut. And just come over here and make sure you're still at 1.5 inches so that your little piece is square. And then we're going to score at 3 1/4. And then 5 1/4. And if you're going to be covering up that center piece, you could probably just score all the way through. But like this, I didn't. So had I scored through, you'd be seeing that score mark right there. So that's the only reason why I'm doing it this way, is that I just don't want the score mark to go all the way through. And then just make sure you don't go through your score lines. Just go up to your score line. Okay, then just erase your little marks. And theoretically, everything's going to pop out like it's supposed to. So I'm like just a hair off. So I'm just going to go back and re-score those lines. Okay, so the base of our card is all ready. It's really that simple. So I'm going to put the sticker in. I'm just going to want to line that up. Then here's where we're going to embellish the front of the card. Same thing as we did here, however you want to embellish it, whatever stickers is going to work best for you. So this one we have some purple, so I can look for some purple. Like that'll lay down there nice. So we have another butterfly for the front if we want it. You could have that matching over there. Maybe go like this. Oh, that almost fits in there. Let me look for another one of those. That seems to fit nice. And then you can just bring it up in hair so that you have a border now from your card. So if I did one over here, let me look and see what else I have. Okay, so I just don't want to overdo it too much. So I think what I'm going to do is use these corner stickers and I'm just going to bring it in off the side and the bottom just to give myself a little bit of a border right there. And then I'm going to use this to go right here. And this I'm going to be able to layer a little bit more there. I have 3 pieces of the same thing and the same gold corner piece. And I just think that using embellishments is so personal to whatever you like, whether you like more or you like less. Or if you want to bring in other embellishments besides flowers. I'm going to try and tuck this into each other right there. Actually, I'm going to do a little surgery here. I'm going to bring this up to here, and then we'll put this right here. And then this is one piece. Well, it's technically two. The butterfly is raised up. But that will go right here. I know, I was contemplating this arrow. What do you think? I don't think so. Okay, so there you go. Well, maybe the arrow could go right there. Yes, no, here. And I'm just going to leave it off. I kind of like that one. And he's not a sticker. Okay, I'm calling it done for these 2 cards. Cute little swing cards. So you're going to get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper, and it works best with double-sided paper. You could put a blank little card right here, or just, you know, on the back, you would be able to write your sentiment. So, well, I hope this gives someone some inspiration. I appreciate if you have made it this far in the video with me. And I have been talking about building up my channel. I am at about 1,520 some subscribers, and my goal is to get to 2,000 by the end of the summer. So I'm saying what end of summer is mid-September, end of September. That might give me enough time to get that far. So if you could share me out, I would appreciate it. And give the video a like and a subscribe if you are new here. And I like to say it is free for you to do, but priceless to me. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye.